Hey guys, hello, Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Pentiment playthrough. Without further ado, let's return to Pentiment. Casper, when was the last time someone stayed here? Everything's so musty. Master Andreas, how did you come to be so well known at Kyrso? I thought you spent your wander year in Flanders. Andreas, I did, but I finished them here, earning money in the scriptorium while I finished my masterpiece. Casper, really? I didn't think the Abbey still had a scriptorium. Andreas, they don't. And Kyrsa doesn't anymore, for better or worse. I suppose I should tell you. There was a murder at the Abbey while I was here. Casper, what? Really? Andreas, it was a dreadful affair. This may sound strange, but it was thrilling. Father Gernot panicked and accused my friend Brother Pierre of committing the crime. I did some searching and managed to convince the Archdeacon that someone else was the murderer. The town stonemason Lucky Stowner died for the crime. Casper, you got someone killed? Yes, or it was that or let an innocent man die, or you know it was a long time ago. I really don't want to talk about it. Casper, why didn't you mention it before? It must have been a terrible situation to be in. I made some missteps in my time at Kyrsa, but I saved my friend's life in the end, or hard, yes, but also exhilarating. Or I said I don't want to talk about it. Casper, so what are we doing in Tassing now? Andreas, I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero, and, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take toward home is agonizing. Casper, but Master, you're famous and rich, your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece at Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. Andreas, I know. It must be hard to believe I was once very much like you, or all that I have accomplished is my work, yes. Now I'm left hollow with nothing else left, or I thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was a dream. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Casper. Learn from my mistakes, all right? Or so this is what you have to look forward to, Casper, a life of disappointment. Casper, all right, yes, Master Andreas. Andreas, I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Casper. Well, come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. Casper, as you like, Master Andreas. So now we're in the guest house of all places. To the town or the Abbey? I say the Abbey. Let's go to the convent first. Can't go there, can't go there. Can't go to the church. Do we have a pre-assigned goal? We do. We're heading somewhere here in Outer Tassing. Or the Drucker house, so actually we should head over there then. But it looks like we can have some conversation, so why don't we do that here? It seems we can't enter the now. We can't enter the church. We can't enter the cloister, so we have to have some conversations in the main town. Let's have a conversation with Martin and Otto. Otto, just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Martin, Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the Abbey. Otto, would you prefer the alternative? Martin, you don't need to do that, Otto. I understand, I'm just saying... Otto, Andreas? Andreas Miller? It's good to see you again, old friend. Andreas, Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler from Salzburg. Caspar, good day. Otto, that answers that. I thought he might be your son. Andreas, We don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. No, not yet. Or, I've only been married 7 years, Otto. We'll say the first one. Otto. They grow fast enough around here. Eva and I just had our first little Otto, though we call him Otts. Andreas. Congratulations to you both. That's wonderful news. Or, after yourself, we'll go with the first option. Otto. Thank you. It's been a trial with Dad gone. Clara and Ursula help out where they can. Andreas. Either, shame, or, I'm sorry to hear about your father. Otto. That's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free of his aches and pains. I know Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? Andreas. I'm sorry, things got busy after I left Tassen. Or sigh and look at the ground. Martin, sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. Andreas. Either, Otto, aren't you going to introduce me to your friend, or I feel like I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Martin. Oh, don't trouble yourself. It's me, Martin, remember? Andreas. You could either say you've grown, or, oh yes, of course, hello, Martin. Martin. Hello, sorry to run, but I have to get these sheep back to the farm. As much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto. I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas. Until later. Andreas. Either good to see you, Martin, or until then. Otto. Pain in my ass. Andreas. What's this about a meeting? Is something happening in town? Or I can't believe how much Martin's changed. Let's say the first one. Otto. You've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. Andreas. Either I'll consider it, thanks, or actually I was just on my way to see Klaus, or I didn't realize you were in the business of giving speeches. I'll definitely attend. Otto. Sounds good. Until later then. We've never actually gone up to the mill, so let's go up to the mill. Probably should have gone here once to the miller's house. We never got a chance back then. Maybe we should have headed to the Roman ruins too when we saw that ghost. It's okay though, I feel we had to do what we had to do. The game doesn't give you like unlimited free time, which is, I don't know if it's a good or bad, but yeah, we've made the decisions we made. Let's fetch Slough. Ah, the many-petaled cinquefoil. It grows so easily, some consider it a weed. Brother Wolfslav uses thyme in almost all the Abbey's cooking. Maybe because it grows so easily here. Let's head to the Golden Hand Inn then. I don't think this is a quest point, so let's just see what's in there. We can head upstairs, but first let's have a conversation here with Killian. Killian, good day, Master Mailer. Doesn't seem to have any more to say. And Nico here. Nico. Hello, and welcome to the Golden Hand. I am Nico Berger. I own this land house and run it with my wife Hannah and our son Killian. I believe you are Master Mailer, yes? Andreas Mailer, the famous artist from Nuremberg. Or we could say yes, or someone has exaggerated my fame, or how do you know who I am? We'll pick the middle one. Nico, nonsense. You're certainly famous among the people of Tassing. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here a few years back. Andreas. And, or yes, I worked for the Abbey as an artist. Nico. Ah, yes, I see. I heard that you were involved in solving a murder. Andreas. We can say nothing, or are you trying to ask me to solve a murder, or Yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. Nico, I heard it was the town stonemason. Excuse me, I said blacksmith, it was the stonemason. Revenge for a love affair gone wrong. I'll say, Andres, we could say alright, or love affair. No, that's not. Where did you hear that? Or I don't want to talk about it. Nico, I see. My apologies, Master Miller. I will let you get on with your day. Until later. Andreas, until then. Hey. Samuel, hello, Andreas. This is a pretty cool touch. Do you see the person here on the left picking in the grass over there? And the sheep grazing? It's a nice touch. Hannah, the wife, probably. Hannah, hello, Master Miller. And nobody else there. You can talk with Thomas and Guy. Thomas. Andreas. I'd heard you were back in Tassing. God bless you. Andreas. God bless you, Father Thomas. It is good to see you again, or good morning, Father Thomas. You're not going to try to get me to come to Mass, are you? Or to the first one. Thomas. Hopefully this visit will be less eventful than your last. Tassing has enough going on as it is. We have our bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People will get up to all sorts of mischief. And then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Guy, not to mention the grumbling the peasants are making. Thomas, let's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guest with such things. Guy, I'm sure if there is trouble, Master Miller will be the first to stick his nose in it. Andres, either say nothing or, why are you always such an asshole? Let's say the first one. Guy, you have no appreciation for how privileged your life is. It's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. The people in town resented the Abbey for Lucky Steiner's death. It probably contributed to their current agitation. They blame the Abbey for his death when they should blame you, since you're the one who testified against him. It would have been better for everyone if you had simply allowed Brother Pierre to die. After all, he only had a few years left anyway. Look at Thomas's face here. He doesn't seem to be enjoying that. And neither does Andreas. We can either say stare menacingly at him, you're a buffoon and a coward who hides behind his habit. Or what we will say, which is, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Guy, save the scripture for someone who cares. I just wanted you to know how much destruction you left in your wake. Thomas, friends. There's no need for such a... Guy, forgive me, Father Thomas. I let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. I actually came to speak to you on the Abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father Gernot would like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning, if you're interested in purchasing some of our books. Andreas, why didn't you tell me that when I was at the Abbey? Or the Abbey's finances must be dire if Father Gernot is selling off the library. I could take a look. The past few years have been good for me. Guy, good. These books aren't of much value anymore. Perhaps they will be to you. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. If you could come by tomorrow morning, Mother Illuminata can show you what's available. Andreas, Mother Illuminata. Guy, yes. Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago. Guy, either we can say, well, I suppose Illuminata knows the library better than anyone, or how did she die? Guy, peacefully, in her sleep. So, tomorrow morning? You can either say, I'll come by to take a look, or, yes, but I can't guarantee I'll buy anything. Guy, oh, I don't care. Father Gernot just sees this as an opportunity. And Andreas, I apologize for my harsh words before. It was rash. Brother Pierre was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him. We can either nod, I appreciate you saying that, I miss him too, or what we will say, which is, an excellent performance, Brother Guy, I almost believed it. Thomas, Andreas, please. Guy, it's fine, Father. Okay, oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church? Thomas, yes, I think so, why? Guy, a private matter. Thomas, oh, of course, of course. Guy, until tomorrow. God bless you, Andreas. It's Klaus. Klaus. Andreas? Andreas. I'm sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. Or, Klaus, you're not really mad, are you? Or, I don't want to bother you, but I was passing through. The first one. Klaus, 7 years. 7 years and nothing from my friend Andreas. First Bert, then Marie just after. Magdalene was born. My wife always thought highly of you. I can't believe you didn't write back after I told you they had passed. Say nothing, or I didn't know what to say, or what we will say, which is, I'm sorry, I should have written. Klaus, yes, you should have. Too late for that now, though. Magdalene. Boop, beep, bobo. Casper. Oh, hello. Klaus. She likes you. Andreas, your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? Klaus, the 12 articles. They were originally written by Swabian peasants who were demanding changes from their lords. Klaus, freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt and use the woods as God intended, freedom from compulsory labor, abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Bavaria isn't Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid for the peasants of Tassing. Andreas, so this is Otto's cause? He's caught your ear already, The abbot has been squeezing the peasants for 7 years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk, and we're pushing back. Their cause is righteous, Andreas. If you haven't seen the Gertners lately, you should visit them. Andreas and Otto, had you print these? Klaus, yes, why? Andreas, well, I didn't think he could read. Klaus, he can't, but just about everyone else in town can. He speaks, I print, just trying to do my part, I suppose. I'm sorry. I'm still not in the mood for this late reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow. You should go to the Commons, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. We could either say, of course, I will see you then. Be good while we're gone, Magdalene, or I understand. Until later, Klaus. Until then. Let's go hear what Otto has to say. Casper, so many people. Otto, everyone, listen. We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be a surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors, whispered to your neighbors. Nothing I'm going to say is untruthful, so it's time we started saying it openly. Year after year, the Abbey has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the Abbey has taken away our rights to use God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us, restrictions on how we can pay rent, limits on where we can move, who we can wed. And now the death tax, which once claimed only our best animal and garment, takes half our estate. No consideration for widows, No consideration for children. Ulrich. What about the town council, the Rothers? Surely that is a sign that the abbot wishes to share his power, to listen to our grievances. Otto. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always want to see the best in people. But no. The council is a way for the abbot to divide us, to pit a favored few against the many. This is not charity. No, only greed and desperation drive Father Gurnall. You'd think that if the abbot could, he'd steal a dead man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protested, what did Father Gurnall do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, the farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now, when we most need the intercession of our saint, the abbot has shut us down. Father Gurnall's actions aren't just. They aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for too long. It's time we let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. Too right, from Hetty. Ulrich, hear, hear. Yes, this has to stop, from Peter. Let's fix this, says Martin. Hannah, stop. This is foolish. Soldiers are already patrolling nearby towns. If you push against the abbey, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get the town razed and everyone killed. Lenhart. Hannah's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. You lot are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground into dust like the Swabian peasants. We could always, Peter says, we could always grind you up instead, Lenhart. They might be right, but if there are already soldiers about, you must stand for God. Otto, don't be shy. Speak up if you have cause. Martin. We won't be overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take the city and have their cause heard. If the people can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, then we can do the same with the abbot. Caspar. Master Andreas, do you think my family in Salzburg is all right? You could say, I don't know, Caspar, but we can find out. Quiet, Caspar, I'm trying to listen. Or, what we will say, which is, your family are merchants. I doubt they got mixed up in all that. Caspar, I don't know. My dad and brother aren't fighters, but anything's possible. Martin, enough is enough. We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. People all over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A righteous cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. We can do this. Otto. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. But if the words of men can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of our saint shrine, but God has shown me that he is with us. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you all for coming. Clara. Good day, Andreas. Andreas, you can say, hello, Clara, how are you? Or, Clara, it's been too long, it's lovely to see you again. Eva, hello, Andreas. I'm surprised to see you after your long absence from Tassing. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. Andreas, you can say, what can I say? I miss the Alpine air. And the people, of course. Or, I was on the road back to Nuremberg, actually, and wondered how you were all getting along. Or, I was gone for too long. I'm sorry for not sending word of my arrival. Eva, you certainly did pick an odd time to visit. Clara, we're in the middle of a strange season. Otto, you found the Gertners. Clara, your speech was very rousing, Otto. I swear they get better each time. Otto, I hope the Duke, Andreas, I hope the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto. The town could suffer for it. Or are you looking for trouble, Otto? Otto, we're past the point of caring, Miller. If you were in our position, you'd understand that. Andreas, either say nothing, or, you're right, it's not my place to judge, I'm just concerned. Otto, it's appreciated, but we know the risks. Okay, good stuff. Andreas, Otto, did you really see a sign from God? Is that true? Andreas, it is, Andreas, I swear. Come talk to me later. I'll tell you what I can. Alright? Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come by the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. You can either say, sounds good to you, Casper, or we will say, which is, that sounds wonderful. We'll be there, Clara. Andreas, you're back in Tassing? Andreas, just for a few days. I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Pierre, or I'm just passing through on my way back to Nuremberg. We'll go with the first. Andreas, oh yes, Brother Pierre, what a talent with color. I'm sorry, Andreas. He was a sweet old man. I talk to him sometimes on my breaks up at the Abbey. I'm surprised Brother Ferenc didn't give you an earful. Andreas, oh, didn't you hear? Ferenc isn't prior anymore. Now this isn't gossip, mind you, just honest truth. After the abbot found out about Ferenc's black arts, he removed the poor man from the position. Matthew's prior now, so strict but a bit quieter about it. Andreas, either, so maybe it's a change for the best, or Matthew's always struck me as quite pious. Andreas, true. You wouldn't think piety could be uncommon in an abbey, but with Father Gurnau? Andreas, oh, are you in with the peasants, Andreas? Or, I don't think the abbot's all that bad. Andreas, well, of course. Gurnau has been running them into the ground. On top of that, we can't even use the forest anymore. Any of us used to be able to go fishing in there. Not anymore. Andreas, how far are you going to take this? Or, I hope things don't get bloody. We'll go with the first one. Andreas, well, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not leading the thing. But I trust in Otto, and the peasants do too. Andreas, he's a good man, or I hope your trust is well placed, or be careful, Andreas. Andreas, I will, thank you. Say, Andreas, how's the married life been treating you? After you left here and returned to Nuremberg, I take it you were married. You can either say, I was, marriage is a legal requirement for becoming a recognized master craftsman, or I was, Sabine, she was waiting for me. Andreas, I hope the married life has been treating you well. I still have not found anyone. I fear it's never going to happen. We can either say, honestly, don't even bother, marriage is not worth it, or what we will say, which is, really, not a single person has caught your eye? Andreas, well, when I was in Innsbruck a few years ago, I saw a real pretty girl at the market, selling painted pots. I think about her sometimes, maybe more than is Christian. Hold on, Andreas, hold on. You need to go back to Innsbruck and find that pretty girl, or I can tell you now, Andreas, it's not worth the effort. Don't let the pretty facade fool you. The first one. Andreas, what? Really? Andreas, you're older than me and you're not married. You'll find her. It's how it should be. Or, life is too short to spend dreaming about the love you could have had, trust me. Or do you think Tyrolean men are better than barbarians? Go with the first one. Andreas, you seem to be feeling strongly about this, Andreas. But it sounds foolish. Juvenile, you might say. Andreas, maybe, but it feels right. Or, don't overthink it, just take my advice. Or, I may not have found true love, but that doesn't mean you can't. Or, you know what, you're absolutely right. Forget I said anything. Go with the first one. Andreas, well, if I ever we got an achievement, matchmaker. Well, if I ever have the chance to get back to Innsbruck, maybe I will, hee. There's something to look forward to, after all. I thank you, Andreas. You're a man of inspiration. Andreas, a pleasure. Until later, Andreas. Andreas, until then. Anna's growing up, wow. Anna, hello, Master Andreas. Gret, God bless you, Andreas. I'm thankful you returned to Tassing after so long. We prayed fondly for you after you left. Andreas, thank you, Gret. I've kept Tassing in my prayers as well. Or, that's very kind of you. Or, you shouldn't have bothered. I've done well for myself, but Tassing. Though it doesn't seem to have done much good. Gret, that's right. You were at Otto's speech earlier. Yes, Tassing's peasants are struggling, and now even we townsfolk are pinched by the abbot's new restrictions. I worry about my husband. He's getting too involved with the whole business. Andreas, what Gernot is doing in Tassing is wrong and Otto is standing up to him. Or you disagree with Ulrich, or you're right to be worried. Otto's protests look like the start of a revolt. Gret, that's what Ulrich says too. I love my husband, but sometimes I worry that he focuses too intently on the details. He does not see that he may be both prudent and Christian. I pray that I am not acting selfishly, but the abbot's taxes have affected us too. What about Anna's future? Ulrich has been offering credit to Peter for years, which I've accepted, but now we can only bake so much bread a week before we go hungry ourselves. Can you talk to him, Andres? We could either say, I'd rather not drive a wedge between you two, or, of course, Gret, but I can't promise I'll change his mind. Gret, God bless you, Andres. That's all I ask. Can you walk up there? Oh, we should probably start. The Vaca's construction is going smoothly. I wonder if they'll finish it before winter. We can go in the Weiner Stoll's house. There's also another house here. And Clint. I've seen that a few times. It's Werner. Wow. I think he's the only one here. I just wanted to explore now because we don't often get that option. And that's where I'll go ahead and end the video there for this week. And so, with that I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.